Hey guys, it's Kush and welcome to my money making series. Finally it started. Alright, so first, this money making method is, I have done this before but I'm going to redo it because, well, I'm more experienced in RuneScape. If you would say, it's been a couple of months but that's not going to change anything, but since I did get a new microphone like months ago, but I'm just going to redo this method. A lot of people know about it, but a lot of people don't, so I'm going to just redo it. In this method, I will show you how to do herb runs and kingdom management. These two things are very important just to do daily. They don't take too much time, maybe like less than 5 minutes. It's not too much and it does add up to a lot of profits in the end. I would say this is the easiest farm method that I'm going to show you of farming herbs. For this you're going to want to have at least 61 magic. You're going to want to do Plague City for the Ardugan teleport, Edgar's Ruse for the Trollheim teleport. You're going to want to do the Lumbridge and Draenor achievement diary, get at least Explorer's Ring 3, and Ghost Ahoy for the active file. Now for this method you don't need to have a high farming level. I will show you a method with Draenor seeds. It works the same way with many seeds, but as you can see over here, the Draenor seeds are about 9k each and the herbs you get from them are about 5k. And if the plant were to live and you use super compost, you would get at least 5 times that, meaning you would make over the seed. If you look on the Grain Exchange homepage and you see a seed worth a couple, if it's over twice the value of this if the herb is over twice the value of the seed, it's pretty good. If it's not, if the seed is like dramatically over, and if you multiply the value of the herbs by 5 and you don't match the seed at least, that's when you don't want to do that seed. So the best ones I would recommend are probably Draenor and Toadflax if you're going to want to make best profit. Now to start off this trip, I always start up with 10 fire runes, 10 airs, 10 waters, and 10 lost. That's all you're going to need for all the teleports, even if you have the 5th patch, or I think it's the 4th, it's the 5th. With the Trollheim teleport, you still combine this stuff and it works fine. If you have done the achievement diary for Draenor and Lumbridge, you're going to have this. Helps a lot. This helps a lot too. Another thing you could use is the Ardugan Monastery, or Ardugan Cloak. Number 3 lets you teleport to the Ardugan farm once a day, and 4 teleports you unlimited times. If you have 3, I would probably not recommend using it. I'd rather just walk there. If you have 4, you just have an easier way to get there. This is a standard spellbook guide, so Lunar spellbook, it just gets much easier with that, but you have to unlock the spells from Livid Farm, so I do not have to do that because I only did like halfway, so I'm not going to do that. Alright, start off. Get all these runes right here. Explorer's Ring, Ectophile, and Seeds. You do not have to have anything born. I will show you what to do once you get there. First you want to teleport to Trollheim and then follow this path. Alright, so finally once you come up here, this is usually the first place I start off at. You do not have to do it this order, but you can do it either way, but Trollheim is the farthest place, so I usually start off with this. So as you see, I already have herbs going in there, so you want to exchange the 2 leprechaun, and the only thing you need to have is first withdraw this and 5 buckets of super compost. I will explain what this is. You wear this if you have done the fairy tale part 3, then you can, or part 2, just wear it and you'll be good. For the super compost thing, I would recommend having a bunch of watermelons, pineapples, anything like that. Just put them in your bank. I'll explain what you do with those in a while. And in your tool belt, you're going to want to have a spade and a seed dibber. Those are the only 2 things you need in your tool belt, so you don't have to like withdraw it from this guy every time. That's just very useful. And once you do it, just pick your herbs, and yeah. If you don't know, I do have the seeds. If you see over here, Explorer's Ring, then the active file, then there's 1 space for that, and then seeds over here. I do this for this reason. If I use the herbs on the 2 leprechaun, it will note them and put them in this place. That's the best thing to do in my opinion, and I really will recommend that. Then use your super compost. You should probably do that every time. It just increases your chance for herbs, and you get a minimum of 5 herbs if you do use super compost. Alright, next place I usually do is Cabbage Port. Just come up here and do the same process. And then we teleport using the Ectophile teleport to the Ghost Ahoy place, and you're over here. If you do not have these requirements for all this stuff, you can just walk over there if you have to. It won't be worth walking there. Just do the quest. It's really not that hard. My opinion on quests is, if just get them done with. It's just a one-time thing. Once you do the quest, you never have to do it again, and you get the rewards permanently. So yeah. Once I come over here, I usually use the herbs on this guy instead of using it on the Draenor Village one. It's just easier, or just more efficient in a way. Then repeat the process. Alright, my third location is Ardugan. I do recommend keeping the last one in Catherby as your last location. You can do them in any order except just keep the Camelot teleport to the last one. It will help a lot. And repeat the process again. Alright, we're coming up to our last location, and as I said before, keep Camelot as your last location. It will help you out a lot. And as you can see, if I didn't tell you already, I probably did, but just to clear it up again, make sure that the herbs, when you multiply one of the herb price by 5, it should overcome or pass the price of the seed. If it doesn't happen, do not farm those seeds, and it'll just help you out a lot. As you can see, the herbs are clear or dead over here. That brings me to the next point. If you have dungeoneering, or if you have done dungeoneering, you can try buying the Scroll of Life. If the seed is dead, there's a chance to get a random seed. So if I were to plant a Ranar over there and it was dead, I could have a chance to get the Torstal seed or the Guam seed. Now if the herb is alive, there's a chance I could get the seed I planted back. So I planted Ranar in there and it's still alive, I pick it, there's a chance I could get the Ranar seed back. Now, since after you've done all the farm runs, exchange your 2 Leprechaun and deposit this and your buckets. After you have collected 15 buckets, you want to withdraw the buckets, 15 of them, but I only have 5 right now, but yeah. And open up the compost bin and empty compost bin. Now once you've emptied all of it, you should have 15 full buckets of super compost. Now this will go empty. This is what you do with the pineapples. You go to your bank, make sure you have a large supply of items that you could use for super compost. The best thing I would probably say is pineapples. It's just so cheap to get them and they stack up really good. Withdraw 15 of these and run back. Just use them on your compost bin. Once you've used them all, just close the lid and you're done. That's all you gotta do for the herb run, and let's move on to the final method that you should be doing each day. The next money making method I recommend doing each day is kingdom management. This thing only takes literally about 15 seconds maybe, and it's very easy to do. The only quest requirement I recommend is doing Royal Trouble. The Throne of Miscellania only gives you about 10 workers or something, but if you do Royal Trouble you get 15 workers, and it's just so much more profit. So that's the quest requirement. The only other things you're going to want to have in your some tab over here, just have a bunch of miscellaneous teleports. If you don't want to use those, you can use Ring of Wealth. They have a teleport to the Grand Exchange and to Miscellanea. So each day, this is what you're going to do. Withdraw a Miscellanea teleport or the Ring of Wealth, and a Rune Hatchet, and a Varrock teleport, or anywhere else you want to go. Make sure you have about 750k GP just with you. Just bring those with you if it's the first time you're ever doing it. And say if it's not the first time you're doing it, this is just a normal thing you want to do. Come over here, chop the logs. You could do the mining over there, the fishing down south, but this is the easiest way to do over here. Just chop some wood and follow where I go. Alright, so once this is done, if it's not your first time, you're gonna be done with that. You chop the wood, he says that you're done, just teleport out and continue with your other money making methods or whatever you're gonna do. If it is your first time, you're gonna want to do this. Come up with your at least 750k. If you do not have that, you can put less money in here, but the more, or I'll explain this is not that complicated, but yeah. The coffers are based on how much money you put in. They will take out, if your rating is at 100%, which you did over there, when you chop the logs, the people are happy with you and your rating goes up. So if your rating is at 100%, the people will withdraw 75% of the money you have in there, but the max they can take out is 75k. Now, if you were to put 750k in there, the max they would be able to take out is 75k, and which is exactly what you want. So go to manage, and he'll say stuff, and then this is what you're gonna get. Now, see, I only have about 900k in there left, which is not good. I should probably deposit more money in there, but the minimum you should have in there is 750k. If not, you can have lower, but that's your choice. If you do deposit more money, it's just better, so you don't have to come here every day. But if you don't, that's your problem, or that's your choice in a way. And the things I would recommend over here is probably full on herbs and the rest on wood. You could try some other methods by trial and error, just figure out the ones that work best for you, but the ones I like is just most on herbs and the rest on wood. Right, that's about it. Now, yep, that's actually it. If you have any more questions on this method, just leave a comment or ask me some other stuff. Now, I did promise you guys a money making series. I said videos, but I'm going to make it a series. I'm going to make a bunch of videos on this. And this was the first part. Now, this isn't a money making method that you could do like 24/7 and just keep doing it. It's just one of those things that you could do, like the herb runs you can do every 70 minutes, and this kingdom management stuff you could do about once every day. So this is the stuff you would do on the side, not as a normal money making method. If you don't think that these things are going to add up, trust me, they do add up. Your farming level goes up, your just everything does. Well, just your farming level, to be honest. But yeah, I will make more money making guides that you could do while you're doing all this stuff. Alright, time for questions. So the first question we have, I'm going to start saying your guys' name from now on. So we have LP Chazzy Person, and he asks, well, first of all, he says, cool video, thank you, LP. And then he asks, what's your favorite boss to kill and why? My favorite boss to kill is probably Tormented Demons. They are just really good bosses. You do not have to get kill count or go travel far places to get to them. And usually a lot of people don't do them because you do need to have some skills. The prayer switching really helps, and if you don't know how to do that, you're gonna get wrecked and just die in a couple seconds. That's why a lot of people don't do that. And it's basically deserted most of the time over there. That's why they were one of my favorite bosses. Just nobody does them anymore. Well, a lot of people don't, but it's still very fun to do them, and I sometimes do them still. I'm still working on the Tormented Demon series. Yep, that's about it. If you guys have a question for me, leave it in the comments, or if you wanna just talk about anything, I'll reply to you if you want. But yeah, and the question for this video is, what type of money making methods would you want to see? I do know a couple that I have in mind right now, but if you have any like suggestions or requests that you want to make that you know that you can make a lot of money off but you don't know how to do it, I could probably do that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will see you some other day. I don't know if it'll be probably 2 days from now when I make the next money making method, but it could be 3 or 2. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.